This is just a double flex at this point, Melvin. What do we make of LGD's final lock-in?
I love it, but also hate it. It depends on which one goes in which role, but I think the Malphite is such an incredible team. They are a streamer team, but let's see if Fofo is able to survive this gank, as Hong is taking a really nice angle. Definitely going to lose the flash or die here.
Flashes in, doesn't quite find the route there. Dodges though, Hong. Managed to flash over the shove, and that's first blood. Jace jungle, baby. It's off on the rift.
Yeah, really nice combo to keep that range going on. Let the rise. It is double flashes burnt for LGD, so a potential gank angle from Ning, as we do see Hong collected as the stream catches up to us. That's Kiana for you. Really good roam
by LGD, and as you alluded to here, Melvin, a little bit of a trade as he actually smites early. Does have a second smite ready to go.
Ooh, okay, we're trying to do the wall-to-wall steal the dragon, but I think Ning is going to be done before they get in range. Let's keep a look at that health bar. It's going to be very close.
Hong's got flash here. Might want it to get in, but doesn't make it in time. So one gruff for one dragon. That's a win for ZSM, as Hong could have just taken all three. Instead decided to run cross-country. Number one, as we do see ZSM now focusing their attention toward that top side. Profane Hydra already finished for Ning here. It's completely foregone any form of shoes. And he's making sure that he's nice and strong and able to take down these grubs for the time being. Southwind, though, an initial engage, catches YCX, who's, again, jumped down to half HP, but should be able to just walk this one out. No, never mind. Flashes in, double flashback, and we're all good.
Okay, so a very aggressive trade. That will mean
on the back side of it. No revive yet for Arla, but he'll be looking to stack that up nice and quickly. Shock Blast lands, and Arla, with a Grim Deliverance, might just be able to do enough. Not quite right. And that's Hong taking second blood in the top side.
Ignored, that is folly, but you can definitely avoid him for the most of a team fight.
Ooh, Fofo's aggravated the wrong people. Wow. Double flash in from Hong and Tong Yuen, and they take him down.
Incredible. It looked cool. It looked cool. We can't deny that. And that was it. That was it. It was no. So the actual intent there was, by the looks of it, to get a bullet time down. But as soon as Sasa shows, Misfortune cannot press that button, or she is getting be able to get them that next and most crucial feat of the tower first blood. I don't think LGD is in a great position right now to collect the objective one, but it does look like they're fighting for it. Southwind supports.
He really wants this control ward, and I think that for the time being, LGD have actually done a good enough job at stopping him from getting it, and still defending quite nicely around this
is
pink.
Dangerous.
But Ning, standing around, YCX takes a boatload of damage, still has heal and the ulti to work with, but we have to remember that this is Alistair ulti, not Tryndamere ulti. It won't stop you from dying, it will just delay it, as again, a lot of jostling for the vision, and you can actually see that Hong here getting a lot of value out of this Umbral Glaive. And that Rift Herald that you talked about going to
dusted. If they even need to do it, it looks like they're just going to get it for free. And LGD, in a surprise turnaround, managed to pull out the feats of warfare. Really impressive. Double armor item, Malphite, and Sion ran the World Championship. I bring him up because if you got the feats of warfare and secured the armor shoes,
I may have to hold that, unfortunately, as Southwind has been caught. He stepped a little bit too close to the Sunfire more than the Sun, and Sasa made him pay.
I really thought with the amount of dashes had that was just going to be a disengage angle, as we do see LWX throwing the bullet time to clear the wave. Should be able to knock this tower down. Big fight starting.
They tried to take it though, and YCX actually caught out. Grim Deliverance finds a little bit of health, and Nala just barely able to limp out to safety. Shock Blast, very, very close. And I think that LGD, they take their time, and they should be able to find the dragon anyway.
And
the turret as well.
Well, they get zoned off, and it will secure that vision prio around the dragon. Support being the first and
tried
only.
To use them and did get thwarted by that unstoppable force. We are now posturing around this dragon. This is where Hong's poke is going to need to go. Southwind, though, he's gone for Sasa. Not the target that we'd look for. There's that hook, and a little flick back. Sasa's half HP. He's actually going down quite quickly. 3-man knock-up, flash out to nowhere. Followed up by a Chain of Corruption, which catches LWX. He's now 1 HP, and Arla actually dives back in. Double heal going to come through from that ulti, but not enough to keep him alive. And Fofo not yet able to contribute to this fight. Ning goes in, gets exhausted, and it's now YCX just chain CCing him. Catches him with the E, knocks him up, puts him over the wall, and Xiaoya takes him down with the arrow.
And it's the arrival of that Alistair at the very end. If Ning is not caught out and marked, he will clean up that fight. So excellent timing to just be able to deny. But if you can't contest it, which it looks like ZSM is completely ceding the objective. This Malphite is going to be so far accelerated, everybody is going to be up in XP. And the problem is with lethality champions, if your entire purpose is to burst individual targets, which it looks like ZSM was trying to, but they get spotted out by a nice little fishing queue from Hong. If you can't burst someone down because they have too many levels, too many base stats, too much HP, too much natural armor, your comp falls apart completely.
Into the wind here, trying to either dive a Malphite or take a full turret in his face. Neither one of these look like promising options, and it does look like Fofo's just here to tap his top laner's wave and then leave.
He just doesn't have the stats. It's Malphite. He's got the red bar. That means Allah has an insane amount of stats. It triples the gain of adaptive force from his passive.
Oh, hold on,
but he just gets entirely stacked.
Spotted, caught by a supreme display of talent. Follow-up CC attempting to be there. Fofo shoves him over the wall. The rest of the team actually doing quite well here. Xiaoya's still alive, still thriving here. And a unstoppable force does take down Ning. Now Fofo, the focus on the backside of this fight. Tongyuan trying to do as much damage as possible. Another exhaust comes out to try and keep Southwind safe, but LWX does find one. He's going to get taken down by the Malphite with absolutely no consequences whatsoever. Sasa managing to raid boss in the front line. Tongyuan comes in to help on out, and now Arla trying to do what he can, has got that revive. Grim Deliverance flashed away from, and Tongyuan stays alive. Now can they actually take down this Zahen as he regenerates up to 1500 HP, flashes into Nani.
Gets out barely, and then everybody goes, actually, I don't think we need to fight the second phase. Picking up the dragon while we're in the replay.
Yeah, the 0-2 Zahen is just looking a little too strong right now, and fortunately enough for LGD, they are able to make their escape. So we do see that that's third dragon for LGD is secured, is picked up. They are now one. The Rift is now feeling much more profitable with that redemption in his back pocket, almost access to the level 2 ultimate. And now it's LGD starting up the Baron, as we can see. They've got Olive down on that bot side, and TPing back in though. There's a nice chain of corruption. Might just take LWX out before he's even got a chance to play the game. Weaver's Wall comes in, but that's not going to do much of anything. Really just stops LGD from moving forward.
Alright, the Chain of Corruption is probably the biggest cooldown burnt there. Obviously, Fofo won't be able to shut down the wall, but you can see the poke from this Varus Jace is just too much. And with the Alistar sat right there, how can you engage on this? It is just the solo laners duoing the Baron Ning, trying to get an angle, but he cannot approach. There is nobody that feels confident to walk in. Ala going in, but the Baron is down. Dead.
Not quite stolen. It's Southwind. Went in there with the spellbook. Doesn't get it. Now YCX with that unstoppable on forces. Barely going down as Sasa knocks one up. The revive comes back through, and maybe ZSM might look to rally around this as Ala flashes out to safety. And it's actually a 1-for-0 so far as LGD now storming forward. Flash in, Southwind double knock up to disengage, but Ning falls first. LWX follows second, and the cheese rolls are coming hard and fast from Sasa, but they can't quite chase down another one. Southwind able to roll over the wall. That's LGD taking, Baron taking 2, and maybe Fofo to go along with it. Not much mana as he flashes away from the poke.
Danger, danger. Malphite has TP. You can't go in anymore. And we see Xiaoya forcing out the Zhonya's from Fofo. Will they go for the pickup, leaving him to slink away? But it's 2 mid lane towers, the product, and going to get this inhibitor now. Easy time for these two to rotate the bot or take the base. Hung setting up in the lane, as it is an incredible
single member of ZSM with access to that rank 3 ultimate. Dragon spawns in 5 seconds time, and the soul feels like a formality. Now Sasa, the focus of Ala and Fofo down on the bot side, but he gets 700 gold for the turret falling. He's got another 3 members collapsing on him, and he just pops his ulti, walks out to safety, and now that dragon probably going to be picked up without really any contest.
Fight this. Ning is basing because he got chunked out. You have to do something, but you can see it's just kind of slapdash from ZSM. They can't get in. They don't have a jungler. They're getting chipped down. Nice chain of corruption.
Catches
LWX trade ADC health.
And I think that's about it. The dragon's already fallen. Now Sasa here, teleported back in. Doesn't have the ulti to really cause too much carnage, but yeah,
minions the bluff, wanting to run up there. I don't know if this level 14 Kiana kills the Varus right now, but we're going to get to find out the hard way.
Well, he blast cones in one way. There's the spell shield broken, and that's about it. Now there's a rise coming in. Tang Yuan decides he wants to take down Ning. He's going to be able to get supremely displayed into the wall, but you can see the burst damage is absolutely insane. A stasis keeps Tang Yuan alive, but the shield's going to knock him over some pebbles, and he will just fall. He turns so much damage back around, though.
Xiaoya
flashes over, double piercing arrow, and it is just curtains here for ZSM in game 1. Yes, Arlo will go into the revive, but there are 3-4 members of LGD waiting with open arms to take down this Zehen. Minions in the base.
Going to take this one away for the highlight. What an incredibly aggressive angle to clean up that fight and round out our first game of the Demacia Cup in, I would say, pretty dramatic fashion. Were we expecting this result? It's up in the air. Were we expecting this fashion? Absolutely not.
A 11-12. See how this goes.
Obviously.
But I'm guessing the question is, if the Udyr presses empowered E when the community goes down, I wouldn't think that's best to clear this wave.
He's just lurking there menacingly.
But look, Xiaoya's doing all the work. LWX is 1 HP. YCX goes down, and actually, they make it work. Ning goes down. He doesn't actually die, and that TP is far too late. Now it's whether Tang Yuan and Sasa can clean up. Ning is surely going to fall here. There's a TP in, which means that you would like to give this over to the Udyr. It's an execute onto LWX as well.
Oh, barely. I'm pretty sure that was just on the cusp of the 15-second
seeing this playthrough, hopefully somewhat unimpeded. Now, we did get to see there that the Zyra still hasn't recalled, I will point out. Hong is level 6, and now Sasa and Arla both level 6 down on the bot side as Ning makes his presence felt. Starts off with the audacious charge, lands a slow, and the wind becomes lightning. Sasa sustaining with that empowered turtle stance and does actually just walk out to safety.
Wow, really knowing the mana amount for about 3 minutes after the pause ends. So hopefully these are just the remnants of the last pause, while Ning is... I thought that this was going to be a 1-game rivalry between Ning and YCX, but it's evidently 2.
And you can see this. This is quite clearly when there were a lot of internet issues. He is walking back to base with full HP and no real reason to do so. As now Hong caught out in his jungle. Also, very clearly, without the ability to interact with his model, and he will fall.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure that one was just because of the Leona. I don't think that one was a DC. Without the Azir ult to disengage. The Zyra, again, necessitates you engaging into her, but she's such a weird champion. You need to engage into Zyra for her to be strong. But you have to do it slowly, because otherwise she can't spawn saplings, and this happens. Southwind
has decided that the Zyra will die. Hong falls, it's Ning to pick up another one. But how's the response from the rest of LGD? Tang Yuan's gone in, but he's almost dead already. Bursted out by Fofo, and he's just chaining the damage down from those soldiers. YCX flashes to the other side of the blast cone and barely limps out to safety. Finds
agency to just look for an objective trade and take away the feats with both side lanes right now. Getting knocked down for plates with these grubs, I think that it's going to be so difficult for LGD to stop the bleeding.
They're going in. Tang Yuan has decided that trying to clear that wave was in his best interest. Southwind has decided, in fact, that that was not the case. And now it's another pick. Is YCX now in trouble as it looks like...
They're back at it again.
Trying to take him down. Is there enough damage in the tank? The Xin Zhao Sundered Sky finds another. Wailing away on these side lanes with that Trinity Force already picked up. He's going to take this turret down with very little difficulty and make it look quite simple.
MR shoes, if that is what Ally goes towards. The Udyr trade pattern basically does 0 damage to you from that point onwards. Because you just keep getting shields over and over again. It negates everything, as now we get the final play coming out from ZSM on the spot tower.
And YCX falls nice and quickly. Fortunately for ZSM, they have been able to push that gold lead, and now with choice, they're feeling pretty good about the way that this game is going, and now actually maybe they're experiencing some internet problems.
I think that's everything coming to a stop.
They FF'd. Okay, never mind.
They FF'd?
They FF'd.
They FF'd? What?
Yes. Okay, well, the score behind them says 1-1. 2 solo lane mirror matchup. It's Ori Rumble versus Ori Rumble. Okay.
I love it.
Okay, crazy. All right, I'm going to have to put in some over
runes and really try and leverage that Nimbus Cloak to get a health lead. I mean, it's a double flash trade.
We could very well be diving in the bot side. Xiaoya dodges out on the Q initially, but still falls anyway. It's a very worthwhile trade as it's support for AD. Back into the top line now. Hong flashing onto Arla. No flash on the Rumble. Gets caught by a harpoon. Gets caught by another auto attack, and Hong takes another.
Wow. LGD. And that is one of the scariest engage tools. Without flash, the Nico can get pushed away, but as soon as she tags over to it, it's intimidating.
Oh, Chain of Corruption lands, though, and Southwind might not even be getting a chance to participate in any fights as they fall very quickly. Ning forced to use
action on whoever is locked up, so overall, ZSM got the priority, but scary to do.
Fortunately, Melvin, your words were received, and once again, you've continued to make waves in China as Southwind hits level 6, knocks up YCX even, and takes him down in one fell.
Not wanting to get away with this without a bit of a contest. It is double lethality and an Orianna over the wall. This is a really hard dragon to take, and it looks like ZSM just forfeits it.
TY for the leash. Hong comes in, finds a quick pick up on a dragon that the next 2 minutes or so could very well be a bit of a quiet state, or give a little bit of time for LGD to get a little bit crazy as YCX hops over the wall, takes down Southwind, and it's another time this Nico's caught out 0, 3, and 2. Really not a great game to start off.
I may be new here, but you tell me slow game state, and I think, hold up, this is an LCK. Going for the snap engage over the wall is going to result in losing not just the mid tower, but also the feats. Going over to LGD, this is going to impact as soon as checks inventory. Anybody except for top lane buys a tier 2 shoe.
Yeah, and we will get to see whether or not these boots end up being really that important. And now mid lane caught out by a Tangle Barb. Here comes the flash to follow, and Xiaoya with nowhere to go. Flash is on top of his slow, and a Void Seeker from downtown takes down the Varus.
Really good chase down, and getting more gold into LWX is essential. We need to see that as Southwind getting chunked down by Hunger.
That was a little bit more than a chunk, as he got pretty much one-tapped there. Double equalizers, double burns, and now Ning not quite able to fall as Arla finds the shutdown.
And we did get to see it for the first time, but they are using the exact same skin. The HUD really trippy, I will say.
Yeah, it's not easy. And this is just the beginning, I feel, of our potential blind pick matchups. Now, we do get to see a trade coming through, or at least an attempted trade, as it is LGD who handily take control over the bot side and take that dragon. ZSM trying to take down this Herald. It is sniped out by Ning, and now LGD are going searching. Tang Yuan flashes in. It's a trade of shockwaves, and unfortunately for Tang Yuan, he definitely comes out on the rough end of that. But in the mid lane, LWX is caught. He's burst in an instant. No flash, no dodging that chain of corruption. And this is a second turret now that is falling in the mid lane.
This lethality Jace is just so scary. The fact that it can just pump out this insane damage
over his opposing Rumble, and then the rest of the leads just slightly favouring LGD across the rift. So eyes really on Arla to see if he can make the difference in these team fights. Alternatively, can Sasa have a big impact as YCX finds 3, Shockwave connects onto 2, and there's an equalizer over the top. Thus far, a 1-for-1. Both supports are dead. Arla flashes out of the piercing arrow, but Sasa decides that he's going to follow him through. Electro Harpoon connects. Ning now a little bit low. LWX getting caught out by some poke as well. And Tang Yuan limping forward, walking his way into danger as LWX just barely limps out to safety.
And Tang Yuan TPing bot lane, going to take this tower as a reward, which is going to be so impactful because the Atakan spawns in a minute 20 right there with the dragon up immediately after. We get a bloodbath, we get flashes blown, we get teleports blown, and I think that that is going to be the biggest thing. Regardless of the kills, regardless of where the gold went, it's going to be taking your base, seeing how close to those big items essentially, and tear up the Varus, tear up the Orianna, and the Jace really before they get a chance to play. Tang Yuan is lurking in a bush right now.
Yeah, calls the shockwave there actually to just a 1 versus 1. He might just kill Arla outright though, using that shockwave very well. Arla once again dying with his ulti available, doesn't contribute to the 1v1, doesn't contribute to the wider scale team fight, and LGD find 2 for the price of 1.
Absolute battle on 2 fronts there. Ning was looking at his bot lane, going to help, and then gets jumped on by who else but YCX and co. Absolutely bursted out before this Atakan, and it will be a trade. LWX trying to pick up some gold, but we have Sasa coming to stop it being a second tower mid. And now, with the dragon spawning in just a few seconds, I have to imagine that this is going into LGD's favor as well.
Yeah, Arla has TP, but you have to imagine that this isn't going to work for them.
Double flash!
Wow, okay. That's 2 flashes down for the price of none. And, you know, we are experiencing a little bit of lag, so I'm not sure if this is just my side or not, but TP comes back in, and it looks like ZSM, they might want to contribute a little bit more to this fight. That's a weird pathing for a cannon minion, but once again, YCX! 4-man Magnet Storm, the equalizer over the top, and Sasa just ripping them to shreds. Another one on the list for this support. YCX will fall, but LWX falls with him, and now Hong decides, does he want to take a fight with Ning? Absolutely not. He'll take the Raptors instead.
Nobody suspects the second shockwave and second equalizer combo, as it is going to be Hung chasing down his opposite number, bullying them down, solo laner in the pocket, and in the meantime, well, take a look. They're collecting the third dragon. I think that was really the call from ZSM saying...
Been any ball delivery systems, and there hasn't really been an equalizer that's looked threatening to Xiaoya. Still has flash available. Has got Edge of Night now as well. So with that in tandem with the swiftness boots, actually being safe is...
LGD, it is really important for ZSM to keep this tower alive and just give themselves a little bit of breathing room. Get their jungler a little bit closer to the Baron. But how do you do it when you can't even stand there?
Flash away from the chain of corruption. Arla, Southwind looks for it, finds one, but YCX finds three! Beautiful. The shockwave combo comes through, and ZSM fall like a hot knife through butter. They are slaughtered. 4 for 1 there, as yes, one will fall, and LWX goes down after. A ace for 2.
The internet may have been down for LGD, but in the third game, it is all a magnet storm tearing apart ZSM. No way to stand forward against this Rel. YCX having an absolute clapping of a game over his opposite number. Southwood picking up 1 off of the Nico ult, but it's just nothing. That top tier 2 and having no actual angle in. I think it is all but done and dusted for LGD this game.
Yeah, they should be able to take this one home. They are currently 10,000.
Cannot get away from this. Sasa going so aggressive. They do end up falling to LWX, but now we jump back into live as a Rumble is dead. Arla is down.
Arla's down. Southwind's going to follow. I don't think that the equalizer was needed, but taking Ning out as well will certainly make this job nice and easy. ZSM on the last legs for this series. Just the 2 members trying to group up on the spot side. YCX, Hex Flash ready. He's going to try and take another one over this wall. And you can see Fofo takes a good amount of poke, decides, nope, I'm backing off. Oh, Hong flashes over the wall, lands a shock blast, flash out from LWX, who decides to recommit, has to try and make some sort of a play, but now he doesn't have flash for the second Q, and Hong goes to the skies and takes out the Kai'Sa.
That is a 4-level lead on the Jace over the Kai'Sa. It was certainly an effort from LWX, but at this point in the game, it is such an incredible
double shockwave under the Nexus turrets and a chain of corruption to find 2. This is the victory dance for LGD. They take down 4 members in the base. Why not make it 5, and we'll have some Nexus turrets to boot. Fofo may live, but LGD start their Demacia Cup strong.
Very, very pleased to be rocking it out with a win.